Hey, what is up YouTube? Welcome to the video. Today we're going to be taking an in-depth look at Winter Soldier's kit. I'll break down how all of his abilities work so you guys can hopefully better understand them. Bucky's a hero I did not expect to enjoy as much as I did, but he's incredibly fun to play and actually requires a good bit of skill despite only being a 3-star difficulty character. I've amassed quite a few hours on him since I participated in the Gamescom test, which had him, as well as the Chinese beta, where I placed rank 1, playing him in some of my games. He's a character I feel pretty comfortable on, so let me try to share a bit of what I've learned when it comes to how to play him. Let's take a look at what he does. As usual, let's begin with his attack. His main way of dealing damage is through his primary fire, Roterstern. Bucky fires an explosive round that does a lot of damage and will also blow up, dealing damage to the target he shoots and any enemy in the cone behind it. The cone is quite small, but the damage is devastating if the enemy team groups up. It's got 3 rounds in the magazine, and you should get comfortable with this number because it will be important when I mention his passive later. His first ability is Trooper's Fist, a close range dash that does damage and knocks anyone hit by it up, setting you up for an easy hit with his primary fire. Something you may not know is that this ability can actually knock up multiple people if they're stacked up together. This is sort of a theme in Bucky's kit, as he's got amazing AoE potential. His next ability, Tainted Voltage, charges up a punch that sends a projectile forward, passing through all targets in its way. Any enemy it passes through takes moderate damage and is slowed. This ability will also bring targets in the flying state down to the ground, making it a really good option against heroes like Iron Man or Storm. The next ability, Bionic Hook, is a hook type ability that can be charged up to go further. This is your main way of punishing overextending targets. Landing the hook is extremely deadly, as it stuns the enemy while they're being reeled in, as well as for a moment after they reach you. To simplify this for you, if you hook somebody, you're guaranteed to land 2 free shots on them, meaning if you land headshots, it's enough to eliminate any squishy character in the game. It also brings them into the perfect range to follow up with Trooper's Fist, in case they're somehow not dead, which also stuns them and leads into another guaranteed shot. Yeah, this character is pretty crazy, but that's not even the craziest part of his kit. Bucky's ultimate ability, Kraken Impact, has got to be one of my favorites in the entire game. It is absolutely insane. Let me break down how it works for you guys. On activation, Bucky leaps into the air. When activated again with his primary fire button, he will slam down on the ground where you're targeting, instantly dealing a massive amount of damage and applying a debuff to your target called culling. Enemies who drop to a certain threshold of health will instantly be executed, resetting his ultimate ability and allowing it to be used again. This process can be repeated again and again and again and again. What an insane ultimate. I love it. His ultimate gives you some of the greatest highs you can have playing this game, and it's probably a big reason why I actually ended up enjoying this character. Next, let's talk about his passive. This is probably the most important part of his kit to understand. What his passive does is every time you use an ability, including your ultimate, your gun is reloaded and you gain bonus health. This is what makes his kit flow so smoothly and a big reason why he feels so satisfying to play. To break it down further for you guys, what you want to be doing on Bucky to utilize his passive is shooting 3 times and then using an ability to reload your gun. That way, you have way less downtime. Make sure you're using this passive, and I guarantee you will be absolutely dominating your enemies on this hero. Alright, now let's move on to his team-ups. First though, for those of you who might not know, team-ups are a unique mechanic in Rivals where you get access to special abilities if you picked certain heroes together on the same team. They're a pretty cool mechanic, and I actually love their addition in this game. As of Season 0, the Winter Soldier has only one team-up. His team-up is called Infinite Grit, and it's accessible by being on the same team as a Rocket Raccoon. The way it works is Rocket Raccoon gains access to a new ability that he can put down that massively buffs Bucky's overall DPS, increasing his fire rate and giving him infinite ammo, which allows him to shoot without stopping for its entire duration. This is, in my opinion, the strongest team-up ability in the game, especially with Bucky, forcing enemies to flee to cover due to the raw DPS output of your gun. I recommend just spamming your shots during its duration and not using any abilities, since you'll actually be losing DPS if you stop shooting to use them. That's all for the abilities. Now let me give you guys some tips and combo examples so you can visualize what I was talking about earlier. Let's start with some tips first. The way you're supposed to play Bucky is by playing up front with your tanks, preferably ones that have a shield so you can be protected while looking for hooks on the enemy backline. It's very tempting to go for vanguards since they're a lot easier to hit and will be closer to you, but prioritize landing your hook on the enemy duelists or strategists. This will almost certainly result in an elimination if you can connect your hook. Another tip I have for you guys is about using your ultimate. While it's true that your ultimate basically allows you to become a dive character while you have it, you have to remember that going in for the backline is really dangerous since you're very squishy and have almost no mobility. If the enemy team peels your ultimate, you won't get the reset and you won't be able to get out. I've died a lot of times this way on this hero, going in on the target that has a mark above their head indicating that I can execute them, only to have them healed up or bubbled by a Magneto or something, resulting in me dying. My point is, plan out your ultimate carefully and pay attention to enemy cooldowns before going in. Alright, now that that's done, let's talk about his combos. First, let's start with the hook punish. Begin by landing a hook on your enemy, then hold your primary fire button so your shot buffers. This will make your gun shoot as soon as it's possible, ensuring you have enough time to land land 2 shots before the enemy is freed from the stun. Then follow up with a Trooper's Fist into another shot. This will eliminate every squishy character in the game. Landing headshots makes the dash part of this combo unnecessary, but it's pretty difficult to land the headshots since every hero in the game has a different animation when they're stunned, and you actually need to aim at a very specific point to headshot them. This will come through practice though, but it's very worth it since the payoff is a guaranteed kill. Another really useful one I have for you guys is the Kraken Impact combo. Start by using your ultimate, which will leap you into the air. Then slam down on your opponent and hold down your primary fire until your shot comes out. Then immediately dash your target to secure the kill and reset your ultimate, allowing you to use it, you guessed it, again! Those are the combos I use the most personally, but if you think you can come up with something more creative, do let me know in the comments, because I actually really like playing this hero. And that's all I've got for you guys today. Hopefully you guys learned something from this video, and if you did, make sure to like the video and comment down below. I'll have a ton of other Rivals videos coming out, so if you don't want to miss out on those, go ahead and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're watching this on release, I'm going to be live on Twitch playing Rivals every single day, and there's also some Twitch drops going on right now, and I have them enabled on my stream. So come have a look so you can get a free skin, as well as maybe learn something watching me. Anyway, that's it for me. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.